I have a friend at high school who has some really wild hockey takes, like hockey takes that I very much disagree with, to say the least. And the recent one that he had was that Lidstrom was better than Orr. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a compelling case, and at least it's close. It's not like who's better, Wayne Gretzky or blah. You know what I mean? Like that's one where if you say anything other than Wayne Gretzky, your opinion doesn't matter anymore. It's just not a good one. So now, although it's not the case for Bobby Orr and Lidstrom, I'm one of those people who want to just talk about it and really say, really show how dominant Bobby Orr was and why I think that Bobby Orr is the better player ultimately over Lidstrom. Now, to start, I got a couple statistics on the screen: 915 points, 270 goals, plus 582 in 657 games. Now, that's not to mention all the records he has. Most points by a defenseman in the season. You know, I think he also holds the third most points by a defenseman this season, right behind Paul Coffey. Now we go over to Lidstrom, 1,142 points, plus 450, once again, insanely impressive plus minus, and 1,564 games played. Now, that is one heck of a resume for sure. Way more games played, a lot more points. Why are we just talking? Like, let's just remember, of course he is. No, he's not. He has less goals than Bobby Orr does with more than double games played. That is insane. Not taking away from Lidstrom, 600, 264 goals is a lot for a defenseman. But Bobby Orr had 270 in half, more than, less than half as many games. So offensively, it's not really a competition. Bobby Orr was better and insanely dominant for his period. Once again, I'm going to put a really big disclaimer. They played in different eras, so it's really hard to compare one for one. Bobby Orr played at a time where he was a lot older. That's not really an argument that I'm going to focus on in this video. Instead, I'm going to just say this: in my opinion, offensive talent for a defenseman is a more impressive thing to have than the defensive talent at an elite level, like Lidstrom. Let's look at some awards. 2 Stanley Cups by Bobby Orr, four by Lidstrom. Now, also, there's only one Conn Smythe. Bobby Orr has two. So I think it's worth mentioning that although Stanley Cup's a team accolade, I don't really think you can totally put that on one player. Um, so let's look more at the individual awards rather than team play. And when you do that, Bobby Orr once again just knocks him out of the park in accolades. If we're looking at who's got the bigger trophy case, I'm sorry, but Bobby Orr's got him beat. Two Art Rosses, Calder, two Conn Smythes, three Hart, and of course the eight Norris trophies, which is the best defenseman in the league. If you have more best defensemen in the leagues than the other player who's played way more games, doesn't take the number one spot from Bobby Orr. Simple as that. I know for sure that I would put Lidstrom top three defenseman of all time for sure. I just don't think I can put him above that number one spot, above the great Bobby Orr, best defenseman of all time. But of course, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. Tell me in the comments if I missed any statistics that are kind of important or whatever. Let me know. But thank you for watching.